Okay, I'm gonna create now, okay, the detail again. Let's do the detail of the stone cladding, okay? First of all, you should look for a proper detail. So to make sure that you have all the dimensions of the product that you are gonna use, okay? But what we will create is one of the easiest way is by detailing, okay? So we can create our detail. So let's create first our stone cladding. So I'm gonna create one line that is 5 centi. So I make sure I begin in the place I want, 5 centi and 5 centi. So I can begin my detail exactly where I want it, okay? So detail line, my stone cladding, let's say that for example is pieces of 40 centi. So let's go for 40 centi and 4 centi of thickness, for example. So we will go for 50 milli, then 20 up, 10 milli. So I'm creating the stone by itself, okay? 10 milli again, go up, and the same again. 15, 20, 10. So what I created basically now is my stone. I forgot to move down, so I'm gonna move it now. I'm gonna begin to here and delete the 2 lines that I created in the beginning. So I have my stone. Now I'm going to create my anchorage. So my anchorages will be again in detail line. Okay, I can go detail line and I can go offset, for example. This is 1 centi, so we can go for 0.025. No, sorry, it's in millimeters. So 2.5, and we can create something like this and cut the lines. Okay, we can begin to create our anchorage like this. Continue here. So we have the place for the anchorage. And then we will go to annotate again, detail line. Come here. Let's go 5 milli. 5 milli is quite thick one, but we are gonna create it like this now. We'll go for a metal L of 40, 5 milli, 35. So I'm creating the anchorage. You will have to look for your own, the one that the brand that you want are doing. So basically, I have my metal L where I'm gonna fix my stone cladding. I'm gonna move it 5 milli down again, and now the anchorage itself. Okay, I will select this piece and do a mirror from this line. Why it's not working? Sorry, yeah, I said a line, it's a mirror. So I have the lower part of my anchorage now, and I continue my detail. I'm gonna continue my line. Now I'm basically creating my detail. I have okay, and then with trim and extend, I make sure that all my lines are together. Okay, all these lines You can make sure if you want it thin, thick, you can change the type from here, okay? You can even draw the screws, the holes, everything, depending. If it's just for the stone cladding for the wall section, this will be enough. Even could be a bit more simple, but this is enough here. If you want it for a detail 1 to 5, 1 to 10, we may have to go here and create the gaps for the holes that no need to be in the same place as you see, because these usually have a bit of movement, that you can leave a bit of movement from both of them. So when I draw the screw, okay, usually it's passing by. I will draw it, okay, and I will draw all the lines. I will have to cut it, but let's finish the one for the section. But if we want it for a detail, we have to go a bit further. Okay, you have details from the company. Okay, I have this, the stone, have this one. I'm gonna move this up also. Okay, I will deselect these lines and select these ones. Okay, and I have selected only the anchorage, and I'm gonna do a mirror again. I need a reference plan for doing this, or a detail line that I will erase from the middle point. I will create this line, and this line will help me. Have to select all these lines. And I will do a mirror from this line. So now I got it up. Okay. Usually the last one, it's a bit different. Usually this one, it will go like this. Okay. It will be two metal L's instead of a T. No need the T because you don't have that. Okay. And you will need the metal coping that we already explained. We erase this line, and we are going to create now the insulation. Insulation 5 centi. Okay. Instead of the center, we can place it near or far, but we won't place it on the center. Okay. The reality is that in the parapet we don't need to put the insulation. We can place it only down, as we can see. Okay. But to place the insulation, we'll place near. Come here. Okay. But as I told you, you don't need it here. You can leave it with a gap, because this is both sides are outside. Okay. So we can just have the insulation, let's say, half a meter over our finishing. Okay. So and we can have something like this that is outer, or we can have something like this. It's depending the type of detail that we create, or we can have something like this that is continuous. Okay. Make sure that your insulation is exactly in the gap, not like this. That's why we place it from near. Okay, instead of like this, go insulation instead of center, near side, and we place it. Okay, you see, fill in the gap.